Kyle Richards doesn't regret RHOBH walkout after being ambushed. Kyle Richards has become the queen of Amazon lives, and during her latest live stream, she had plenty to say about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. The RHOBH star was at the center of controversy in the latest episode, a perfect storm out. The OG opened up about the dramatic scene, claiming that she was ambushed after arriving at the event organized by Bozoma St. John. What was meant to be a healing spa day for the women became a nightmare for Kyle. Things got so bad that she eventually stormed out, still clad in her robe and bath slippers. What we didn't know is that Kyle was going through a period of depression during filming and admittedly should have taken this season off. She briefly quit the show, at one point telling production she couldn't film anymore. However, that was short-lived, and she returned a week later. RHOBH star Kyle Richards says she's constantly ambushed by her castmates. We've been tuned into season 14 of RHOBH, but the same can't be said for Kyle Richards. The Bravo star confessed that she's chosen to miss the last 3 episodes due to her anxiety, admitting that the show has been frustrating and hard to watch. Kyle made the admission during a recent Amazon Live, noting that she felt ambushed many times throughout the season, starting with Sutton's party in the premiere. It was like starting right out of the gate, reasoned the 56-year-old. I started feeling like even people who I thought were my friends, I had to question, and I was honestly depressed at that time. I really was. Kyle admitted she should have taken the season off given her mental state. I was not equipped to deal with walking into those settings and feeling like I was being ambushed every time, she added. Kyle has no regrets about storming out of the healing spa event. The final straw for Kyle was at Bozoma's event, where once again, she got into it with the group about her communication with Dorit Kemsley's husband, PK. Eventually, she stormed out of the spa party in tears and talked about that dramatic moment on her Amazon Live. I'm not proud of how I handled walking out of Boz, but I don't regret walking out, exclaimed Kyle. I honestly was at a breaking point, and that was it. The OG also threw shade at her castmate Sutton Strack, who she heard had something to say when she left. I have not walked off filming or walked out in all of the years I've been on the show. I'm going on 15 years here. She has walked out many times, retorted Kyle. Kyle Richards doesn't regret her dramatic walkout from the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion taping, even after the fallout sparked heated debates among fans and her co-stars. In fact, the RHOBH veteran views the moment as a necessary stand for herself, amidst what she describes as an ambush orchestrated by some of her castmates. For Kyle, it wasn't just about leaving the set. It was about reclaiming her narrative. The reunion, which was teased in a tantalizing trailer featuring tearful confrontations and raised voices, was shaping up to be one of the most explosive in the franchise's history. From unresolved tensions between Kyle and her sister, Kathy Hilton, to Dorit Kemsley's sly digs about Kyle's selective loyalty, the air was thick with animosity before cameras even started rolling. Kyle's tipping point came when Lisa Rinna, known for her no-holds-barred approach, blindsided her with allegations about her marriage to Mauricio Umansky. Lisa claimed that she had proof of Mauricio's alleged indiscretions, a bombshell that left Kyle visibly shaken. I had no idea that was coming, Kyle later revealed in a confessional interview. To have something so personal and so hurtful thrown at me in front of everyone felt like a betrayal. As the confrontation unfolded, Kyle's usual composure began to crack. Her attempts to defend herself were drowned out by a cacophony of accusations and interruptions from other housewives. Erica Jane chimed in with her signature sharp wit, questioning Kyle's priorities and loyalty to the group. You're always the peacemaker, Kyle, but maybe it's time you start being honest about your own life, Erica jabbed. In the midst of the chaos, Kyle's close friend and former ally, Dorrit, added fuel to the fire. Kyle, you're always quick to call out everyone else's behavior, but when it comes to your own family or your marriage, you're suddenly silent. It's hypocritical, Dorrit said, her tone dripping with condescension. Feeling cornered and emotionally overwhelmed, Kyle made a snap decision. She stood up, her voice trembling but resolute. "I'm not going to sit here and let you all gang up on me," she declared. "This isn't a reunion. This is an attack. I'm done." Without waiting for a response, Kyle stormed off the set, leaving her castmates and host Andy Cohen in stunned silence. Backstage, cameras captured Kyle pacing the green room, tears streaming down her face. Her makeup artist and longtime friend, Pam, tried to console her. "You did the right thing," Pam said, handing Kyle a tissue. "They're not trying to have a real conversation. They're trying to tear you down." Meanwhile, on set, the remaining housewives reacted with a mix of disbelief and frustration. Lisa Rinna, sipping her iconic glass of rosé, shrugged. "If Kyle can't handle the truth, that's on her," she quipped. Erica nodded in agreement, while Dorrit appeared conflicted, muttering, "I didn't mean for it to go this far." Andy Cohen, ever the mediator, decided to pause filming to give everyone a chance to cool down. "We'll resume in 15 minutes, he announced, his voice tinged with concern. When Kyle finally emerged from the green room, she was met with a wave of support from the crew and her sister, Kim Richards, who had been watching from the sidelines. Kim's presence was a surprise, as she hadn't been slated to appear in this year's reunion. "You're stronger than this, Kyle," Kim said, embracing her sister. "Don't let them get to you." After taking a moment to collect herself, Kyle returned to the set, but on her terms. She addressed the group with newfound determination. "I'm here to clear the air, not to be a punching bag," she stated firmly. "If we're going to have a conversation, it needs to be respectful and fair. Otherwise, I'm out for good." The reunion's tone shifted after Kyle's return. While tensions remained high, the housewives seemed to tread more carefully, perhaps realizing that pushing Kyle too far could backfire. Lisa Rinna softened her approach, admitting that her delivery might have been harsh. "I'm sorry if I hurt you, Kyle," Lisa said, albeit somewhat begrudgingly. Despite the temporary truce, Kyle's decision to walk out became the talk of social media. Fans were divided, with some praising her for standing up for herself and others, accusing her of avoiding accountability. Hashtags like #TeamKyle and #RHOBH reunion drama trended for days, with viewers dissecting every moment of the explosive episode. In the weeks following the reunion, Kyle opened up about the experience on her podcast, Life with Kyle. "Walking out was one of the hardest things I've ever done," she admitted. "But it was also empowering. I realized that I don't have to sit there and take it when I'm being treated unfairly." Kyle also addressed the rumors about her marriage, vehemently denying any wrongdoing on Mauricio's part. "We're not perfect, but we're solid," she said. "People love to speculate and tear others down, but at the end of the day, only Mauricio and I know the truth about our relationship." As for her relationships with her castmates, Kyle admitted that some wounds would take time to heal. "I'm not going to pretend everything's fine overnight," she said. "But I'm open to moving forward, as long as there's mutual respect." Looking ahead, Kyle hinted at a possible shift in her role on the show. "I've been a part of this journey for so long, and I'm grateful for it," she said. "But I'm also at a point in my life where I need to prioritize my own well-being. If that means stepping back or even stepping away, so be it." For now, Kyle Richards remains a cornerstone of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. her walkout serving as a poignant reminder that even in the world of reality TV, boundaries matter. Whether you're Team Kyle or not, one thing is certain. She's not afraid to take a stand, and that's a storyline worth watching.